My stepson isn't really my son, right? So, why is it wrong to feel the way I felt? Does this make sense? It started as an innocent evening. Or at least, that's what I told myself. I had just finished setting the dining table when I heard the shower running upstairs. My husband, Patrick, wasn't home yet. He had traveled for business, leaving me alone in the house with his 24-year-old son, Willie. Willie had come to stay with us after finishing his master's degree abroad. He was tall, confident, and had his father's sharp features, but not his father's distance. Unlike Patrick, who was often buried in work, Willie was present, always lingering in the spaces between my loneliness. I never saw him as anything more than my stepson, until that night. As I walked past the slightly open bathroom door, steam drifted into the hallway, carrying the faint scent of Patrick's expensive body wash. But it wasn't Patrick inside. I should have kept walking. I should have ignored the heat curling in my stomach, but my gaze flickered through the narrow gap. And there he was, Willie, standing under the shower, head tilted back, water streaming down his chiseled chest. His toned muscles flexed as he ran his hands through his damp hair, completely unaware of my presence. I should have looked away, but I didn't. And then, he saw me. His lips parted slightly, but instead of shock or embarrassment, there was something else in his gaze, something dangerous. He didn't cover himself. He didn't turn away. He just watched me. And God help me, I watched him too. I swallowed hard, my heart hammering against my ribs. I could still walk away. I could still pretend I never saw anything. But then Willie smirked, a slow, knowing smirk, and I stepped inside. "You shouldn't be here," he murmured, voice husky from the steam. "Then stop me," I whispered. He didn't, and as his hands found my waist, as our lips collided in a desperate forbidden kiss, every ounce of guilt drowned beneath the heat of the moment. It was reckless. It was wrong. But in that moment, it was inevitable. The house was silent, except for the faint dripping of water from the bathroom tiles. I sat on the edge of my bed, still wrapped in my towel, my body still trembling not from pleasure, but from fear. What had I just done? I had crossed a line that could never be uncrossed. I turned my head slightly and saw Willie leaning against the doorway, his towel hanging low on his hips. He wasn't smiling now. His gaze was unreadable. I forced myself to look away, my heart pounding. My voice cracked. "This can't happen again." Willie exhaled slowly, stepping closer. "Are you saying that because you regret it?" He tilted my chin up, forcing me to meet his gaze. "Or because you're afraid of getting caught?" I didn't answer, because the truth was, I didn't know. Though before I could say anything, we heard the front door unlock. Patrick was home, and in that moment, the reality of what I had done crashed down on me. That night, I lay beside my husband, his steady breathing filling the space between us. That I couldn't sleep. My body was here, but my mind was still in that steamy bathroom, still tangled in the memory of Willie's touch, still burning with the guilt of what I had done. I had shattered something sacred. I had betrayed the man who trusted me. But the worst part, it wasn't just regret that kept me awake. It was temptation. Because now that I had tasted it, I wasn't sure if I could stop. Here's the lesson. Infidelity isn't always planned. Sometimes it sneaks up in moments of loneliness, temptation, or curiosity. But the truth is, no moment of passion is worth the destruction that follows. What happens in the dark always comes to light, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. And when it does, the consequences are never worth it. What do you think? Would you confess if you were in this situation? Or would you carry the secret to your grave? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping real-life stories. Let's talk about the things no one wants to say out loud. See you in the next story.